Here we will see page redirecting options in ASP.NET. Directing a user to another page or resource is a common aspect of a web application. The user may initiate the transfer of another page in number of ways, including clicking a button or link or selecting a value in drop-down list. ASP.NET provides a few ways to move different pages. A key aspect of various ways to send a user to another page within an ASP.NET application is where the transfer occurs. That is, it is handled within the client browser or on the web server. The following list outlines two main options for controlling page navigation. Response.redirect, which is a method of the response object which provides a way to implement client-side redirection. And server.transfer, which is a transfer method of the server object that performs redirection using the server and avoiding HTTP requests. First we will see response.redirect. The default behavior of response.redirect method is execution of the current page halts and the user is sent to new URL. This method uses the browser to make a new request to another page. Response.redirect method takes the following parameters. First is URL with string and end response with boolean value. URL is a string parameter in which URL or page name is given that helps to navigate from one page to another page. The general syntax for defining URL is response.redirect and the page name where you want to navigate the application. And end response is the optional parameter of the redirect method having true or false values. General syntax is response.redirect the page name and with false or true value. When we use response.redirect with false parameter, then the execution of the current page is not terminated. Instead of this, code written after the response.redirect is executed and then after that, page is redirected to the given page. And when we use response.redirect with true parameter, the execution of current page is terminated and the page is redirected to given page. Next is server.transfer. Server.transfer transfers the control to another form on the server side itself. The parameters that are transferred to this method are the name of the web form to which the control is passed and a boolean value is preserved or not to preserve the current form state in the new form. The syntax is server.transfer with path name. When using server.transfer, the target URL must be a virtual path on the same server since the web server's worker process is used. So you can't use an address containing HTTP or HTTPS. This method reduces work on your server as well as it results in faster response times. This saves the bandwidth and can be helpful in some situations. This method eliminates one request from the browser. The URL in the browser will remain same with server.transfer method. Then server.execute. The server.execute method is bit antiquated, that is, it is outdated, as there are another ways to accomplish this task, but it basically allows you to execute a resource request without leaving the current page. When server.execute method is used, the URL is passed as a parameter and the control moves to new page. Execution of code happens on new page. Once code execution gets over, the control returns to the initial page just after where it is called. This method is similar to server.transfer, but the only difference is that its execution stops at new page itself. In both the cases, the URL in the browser remains the first page URL, as the browser isn't requested to do so. That is, it doesn't refresh to the new page URL. This method is not really used for redirection. The general syntax is server.execute with resource path. Then cross-page postback. By default, buttons and other controls that cause a postback on an ASP.NET web page submit the page back to itself. Cross-page posting is submitting the form to a different page. This is usually required when you are creating a multi-page form to collect information from the user on each page. When moving from the source to the target page, the values of the controls in the source page can be accessed in the target page. To use cross-page posting, you have to use the postback URL attribute to specify the page you want to post. There are few differences between server.transfer and cross-page posting. In server.transfer, the URL doesn't change, whereas in cross-page posting, the form is submitted to a different page, thereby changing the URL. And the server.transfer method is a server-based operation, whereas cross-page postback is a client-based transfer. Now we will see difference between server.transfer and response.redirect. In response.redirect, the page is redirected permanently, whereas in server.redirect, the page is not redirected permanently. Response.redirect is used to navigate within the same application as well as navigating from one application to another application. And server.redirect is used to navigate within the same application, not outside an application. In response.redirect, the URL is changed because the processing of the second page is done on the second page, not on the first page from where we redirected. In server.redirect, the URL is changed because the processing of the second page is done on the same page without navigating on the second page. We can bookmark the page because the full address is shown in the browser URL with response.redirect. And with server.redirect, we cannot bookmark the page because the full address is not shown in the browser URL. Response.redirect is used in HTML, ASP and ASP.NET pages to navigate from one page to another, whereas server.redirect is only used to navigate within an ASP or ASP.NET page, not within HTML page.